Hi, everyone, and welcome to Awareness Wednesday. I'm Taylor Bunn, Executive Director of Hope for All, and I am here with Tracy Wallace from Green Careers Dallas. Tracy, tell us about Green Careers.
Green Careers Dallas does solar installation training as pathway to living wage work in the areas of Dallas that are that suffer the worst poverty. So South Dallas, Southern Dallas.
So tell us, what's the training involve?
The training consists of a combination of technical classroom training, hands-on lab learning, and solar-specific online safety training. And then we invite installers in to tell the trainees what they're looking for in an employee, so they have that direct connection with an employer.
Okay, so the people that come to your training, they get the safety, they get the actual hands-on practice
right
with installing the panels, and then they're making connections with the people who might eventually hire them to go and do this work. How do you find people to come and do your training?
Well, our trainers are my husband and our treasurer, and they've both been trained at Solar Energy International. And that is the online safety training that we use as well, is through Solar Energy International. It's widely recognized literally around the world as the premier training group. So they are trained through that program, and our training, including the 12 hours, 8 hours of training. And we do that so that we can get people to work fast in areas of high poverty. And just to give you an example, in 75215, which is part of South Dallas Fair Park proper, 30% of people live on $15,000 a year or less, and the median income is below the federal poverty. It's below $23,000.
Okay, so are you only pulling trainees from those areas right now?
Yes, that's the goal. The goal is to connect as the solar pie grows in North Texas. The goal is to have a slice of that directly, trying to funnel people from the low income population directly into the industry. It ends at $15 an hour. Many of our employers offer health insurance and 401k retirement packages. So it's it can be life-changing.
And so you're moving from potentially making $15,000 a year to making $15 an hour plus benefits.
Right.
That's huge. That's huge. And so talk to me a little bit more about the economic impact of working with this population.
When we're working with the hardest to employ people who are returning citizens, which are formerly incarcerated. We're working with people who have, they're products of generational poverty, that are in, dead-end jobs. There's not good employment in the southern sector. And so it's a long drive to wherever you need to get to. 47% of households in that zip code have no personal vehicle. So they're not only, they're strapped financially, and they're strapped just geographically, tied to that area. We've held our training at Eastfield College before because they have allowed us to use these mock rooftops that they had. But for example, Glendale Shopping Center in 75216, it took one of our trainees last July an hour and a half to 2 hours on the bus every morning just to get. So we're excited because we have located a live install that we're going to be doing, and our class will lay out the system this time, and it will be in 75216.
Okay, wow. So your next group then. So, that's really cool. Walk us through. So they'll come, it's 2 weekends, right? They come for a weekend, then They go and do the online portion, then they come back.
Right.
And so they'll be doing an actual installation.
Right. And I should stress.
That is so cool.
Yeah, the layout, that mechanical part of installing the L-feet, the flashing, the racking, and the panels. They won't be doing the electrical part.
Okay, but
it'll be under, the supervision of our guys.
Yeah.
Our treasurer, Michael Fladmark, who is one of our trainers, is a NABCEP certified installer, and Mark McCollum, my husband, has been through the SEI training, and he has just started his own installation business. So they're people that have the practical experience and can do the job supervision.
What a great opportunity. That's so cool. Because, it would be different. Doing it on the panels, I'm sure, is helpful in the classroom, but then being able to really go out and do it on a roof.
Experience and being in the safety harness, working on an incline it's unusual. It's unusual when you're working with tools, and you learn how to carry panels safely up the ladder and or hand them up, things like that. So it's we just want them to be super familiar with the names of things when they it's just increasing a level of confidence and competence for showing up on the job the first time.
Yeah, that's great. And that really lines up so well with just all of the principles of adult learning. Like, this program is so targeted to people who have lived their lives and have experiences and can call those up for this. What a great opportunity. And it's good for them, but then it's also good for whoever's going to receive these solar panels. And
we have one of the success stories of last July is a man who was incarcerated for 36 years. And so he's a little older, but he's strong. He's super strong. And my husband and I waited to have our solar installed until after that class finished. And our nephew, who owns Sunshine Renewable Solutions, did the install with 3 brand new people out of that class. And this gentleman was one of them. And he went to work for an installer that we love working with because he is open to any background. And that gentleman who went through our class was making $9 an hour at a warehouse in South Dallas, and he is now making $20 an hour. And as the specific change it's allowed him to make is to get out of a living situation that's negative and move to a better place.
That's wonderful. So, Tracy, you could have done job training in any field. Why is solar so important to you?
Solar is one of the 3 things that is going to save us in this climate crisis. And it's large-scale solar, electrification of fleets, and energy efficiency. It's that simple. Of course, there are many other small things we should be doing at the same time, but those are the big things. So it seemed like a perfect opportunity for the lowest income communities to benefit from a career in solar. And that's something else, is that it's you don't have to stay on the roof forever. There's a definite career pathway. And there's a interactive solar map that we show during class that you can click on the installer and it'll show you all the directions you can go with it. So, it's really a career that can last somebody their working lifetime. And at the same time, anyone who works in the industry can feel very good knowing that with each installation, they're doing something positive for the earth, positive for humanity.
You have solar at your home.
We do.
What was your last electricity bill?
$11, I think.
$11. It went up from the $8, Tracy.
Oh.
You're going to have to back that
down. And it's really great. The bummer is we live in an HOA and we didn't file our paperwork on time. So we had to move some of it from one of the most efficient positions to one of the least efficient positions. But still, we should have 100% offset this year. So we'll let you know at the end of, I guess it won't be 12 months from now. It'll be August. We'll know how we did.
Wow.
And I got a new to me little electric car in a 2015 Nissan Leaf. And so Sunshine Renewables designed the system to charge my little car too. So I'm like,
oh, wow. You're going to be off the grid in no time.
Battery. It's the next
the next big thing. I love this. So I love what you're doing. I think just the environmental impact is huge. The economic impact is huge. The equity impact is huge. How can people help you keep this work going?
Well, mostly donate for training. We make sure that the trainees have these great cut-proof gloves when they graduate, and for each class, that's like $170. The training costs about $730 per person if our class is with 20. So that type of financial support is very needed, and we're very grateful for that. And then, we need volunteers to do a variety of things.
What are your volunteer needs currently?
Currently, I could use help with grant submissions and marketing. We need marketing materials, social media posts. These are, I'm wearing all those hats, so any relief in those areas is helpful. Yeah.
So you've got some just ongoing behind the scenes volunteer needs.
Yes, and even tabling at events, here and there, if people can table at events. And then during training, which is coming up March 28, 29, April 4 and 5, things, we need facilitators. And what I mean by that is people who make sure the meals show up, keep the water full, just make sure if the trainers need anything, they're there to run and get it. And we, so those are the things that come to mind.
Great. And who should people contact if they're interested in volunteering for you?
Contact me.
All right. And we're going to get your email address going at the bottom of the screen here. So just reach out to Tracy for any of these needs. Or you can also contact us and we'll hook you up with Tracy. Tracy, if there are people that are interested in going through this training program, do they also contact you?
Our application is online. Okay. It's at greencareersdallas.org. You go to the training tab and there's a button that says apply now. And that populates a form that comes to me. And then we set up an interview and go from there.
And are there any specific qualifications people need to apply?
We need people to be very realistic about their ability up and down a ladder all day long with tools, and so you need to be very physically fit. And it's fascinating when we speak to the employers. They say we need people who are reliable, who will show up on time every day, who work well on a team and take instruction well from their crew lead. It's fascinating that it has nothing to do with we want them to have this, and this as far as technical training. So it's really, we need good employees. People are ready to commit to full-time work. Most of our employers are W-2. Some are 1099, but most of them are W-2. And I'd say those are the things. Just be super realistic about working outside. Joke, the roofs are outside.
They are. And it's hot in the summer.
Cold in the winter. And the employers are great about accommodating for the heat. They start early. Yeah, they start early and end before the dramatic heat in the late afternoon. So, and they, of course, they are very, they want their people to stay safe. So anyway, I'd say, if you've ever done any kind of construction work, you love working outside, it's something to consider.
Great. So if you're interested in participating in this training program, there's an application online at the website. If you're interested in volunteering, contact Tracy. And there's also information on their website about donating. Tracy, thank you for your time today. I love your program.
Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Of course. We're excited to watch you keep growing.
Okay.
Just
thank
so happens
you.
that I was
Bye, everyone.
in the right place at the right time. And now I'm grateful for the opportunity because I was taught a lot during the process.
And this program, just by this week of classes, I've learned so much about the solar panel industry. And I want to learn so much more